let the sound of this next bell take you to the deepest place within you. Grand Rising. Hello. All right, so hello and welcome. We have a very special guest here today with us that I would love to introduce before we go any further. Let me just start by saying this is Eddie Watkins Jr., everybody. Woo, in the house. All right, so Eddie is lifting the vibration of the planet through his music, and you're going to experience this today. Hope you're ready for this. He's on his Peace on Earth tour for 2024, and a little bit about Eddie is he says that his music is an expression of all the experiences in his life. Wow. And so he actually grew up in the ghettos of Detroit. At 17 years old, he was playing bass guitar on recordings with The Temptations and Marvin Gaye, and being mentored by the Motown greats, becoming a studio musician, making lots of money. And he moved to LA with Motown, and of course he got into the substances there, which then led him to recovery, which then led him to a spiritual search for Eddie. And he found himself. So when Eddie became involved in the New Thought Ancient Wisdom movement in 2007, the songs woke him up. And the songs that he'll be sharing, some of these just came pouring out of him. So his first CD was conceived, recorded, produced, and selling within 6 months of his recovery. So it's kind of like spirit was waiting for him, right? Yeah. And to this date, Eddie has written, produced, and recorded 7 spiritual inspirational CDs. He served as the music director for the Center for Spiritual Living Las Vegas, Center for Spiritual Living Seattle, Unity Center for Creative Living, St. John, Florida, Center for Spiritual Living in St. Augustine, Florida, and currently serving at Unity of Central Florida. And Eddie has recorded with Marvin Gaye, Barbra Streisand, Quincy Jones, James Brown, Santana, Cher, Diana Ross, Herbie Hancock, Patti LaBelle, the Pointer Sisters, Peter Frampton, Gato Barbieri, I have no idea who that is. Whoops. The Temptations, Phyllis Hyman, Norman Connor, Selma Houston, Nancy Wilson, and the list goes on and on and on, right? And he's got stories, okay? So, yeah. So we heard some of them last night. But he's also going to be in concert today at 1 p.m. We're having a potluck over there. So once you hear him this morning, I'm pretty sure you're going to run over to that office right after this service. So Eddie says he knows his life purpose, and that is to share this music with the world. So a couple of fun facts about Eddie before we let you go. Number one, Eddie loves camping, but he really loves the way out in the wilderness camping, which he called boondocking. We thought that was so cool. And his beloved partner is the talented Marianne Gennaro, a.k.a. Gabriella. And he was once punched in the arm by Barbra Streisand for being late to a recording session. He shared that with us last night. And he vowed to never do that again. So let's give him a warm welcome, you guys. You can stand. Yeah.
There you go. Are you ready? Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, We come, repeat after me. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. I think you got it. Woo! Here we go. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of the God in each other. Ooh, take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you. Come on. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. Oh, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. All right, all right. Now this is a simple sing-along. It goes like this. One life living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just want to shout. One life living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy. I just want to shout. One life living as you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life, one light, one love. 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 We're all shining from the inside out. I'm so happy, you know you make me wanna. You make me wanna throw my hands up and you know you make me wanna throw my hands up and come on now. You know you make me wanna throw my hands up and come on now. Hey, 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 hey. Say that you love me, say that you need me, say that you love me. You know you make me wanna. One life living is you and me. One light shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. You know you make me wanna.
Woo! Wow. Oh my goodness. Woo! Woo! Wow, I didn't need to have all that coffee, I guess, but whoa! I'm on fire. Hey, all right. Oops, while you're standing, please turn to one another and offer the namaste greeting. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste to our tech team, Brian and Jesus. Thank you. We love you. And namaste to our love streamers. Hello, hello. We see God in you. Woo! Yeah. All right. Beautiful. All right. So, wow. Just want to let him keep playing, right? Okay. Later, yeah. But wait, there's more. Okay, my name is, what's my name? My name is Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I am the spiritual leader here. And it is my joy to welcome you to the Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. This service has been designed especially for you. Welcome home. We have been waiting for you. Pat Crow, we've been waiting for you. We have an affirmation for today, and I invite you to please repeat after me. I am open and curious. I fairly sizzle with zeal and zest. As I joyfully explore my inner landscape. And so it is. All right, and now we have BJ who's going to come on up and offer the Science of Mind reading and our opening prayer. Thank you, BJ. BJ's a licensed practitioner with us. All right.
Good morning. My name is BJ, and my gender pronouns are she, they, and I am your practitioner today. And I just want to tell you how many ways you can get a hold of us for prayer. Because as practitioners, prayer is our superpower. Yeah. So, after service, I will be available out in the lobby for anybody that would like what we call a 3-minute miracle. And so if you have something that you would like to manifest in your life or something that you would like prayer for, I will be in the lobby and we can make that happen for you. Also, we have these little salmon-colored sheets that are in your program. We also have some over on the table, and that is our prayer request box over there. It's usually over here, but today it's over there because we have a bunch of good things for you to view over here. So, yes, so the prayer requests are over there, and if you fill out one of those, we will pray for those for the entire week for you. And if you're on our love stream, for you Zoomers and Facebookers and YouTubers out there, if you would like prayer for something, you can email us at info@awakeningways.org and put prayer request in the subject line, and that will get to us also. And I would just like to say, since we do a lot of prayers, we also love to hear demonstrations. So if you have sent in a prayer request and you have had a demonstration because of that, let us know, because that lifts us up even more, okay? And we're looking at a demonstration right here today. Rory is here with us today. And yeah, so there is a demonstration right there. And I'd also like to point out Anne, who is sitting up here in front. She is holding the high watch for this community in the service today. And what that means is that she is in the deepest form of meditative prayer, surrounding the service with love and light, knowing the highest and best for all of us today. So the reading that I would like to do this morning is from the Science of Mind 365, A Year of Daily Wisdom from Ernest Holmes. And just when I read these words, think of yourself, saying these words to yourself. And if you'd like to close your eyes to make it have more meaning for you, we can do that, and I will just go right into prayer after the reading. The all-intelligent, creative presence is the source of all that I am. I believe in the ability and the willingness of this great source to sustain its own creation. The kingdom and the power and the glory of God is expressed through me. I recognize myself to be a center through which this intelligence and the power of this universe find expression. Infinite mind operating through me now brings me the manifestation of harmony, order, and the highest good. The consciousness of peace and plenty is established within me. All that is necessary to my happiness and well-being now comes into my experience. There is no belief in failure or mistakes in the divine plan for me. There is no discouragement and no fear. There can neither be limitation nor lack, for nothing has happened to that one perfect activity. It is in full operation for me. I am now free from any sense of bondage. Strength and courage are my divine birthright, and I am now experiencing my true self. All that the Father hath is mine. I draw from the spiritual treasure house all that I need. So I know now in this moment that all-intelligent, creative presence, that one, whatever we call it, God, the cosmic birther, the universal life force, it all has the same name. It's that name that is special to each one of us, and I call it God. And I know that I can never be separate from this source, because this source is in, as, and through me, just as it is in, as, and through this microphone that I am speaking through. Oh, and it's just like the water that is behind me in this beautiful lake. I am like a drop of water in all of the water. And that is how Spirit works in, as, and through me. I am just an individualized expression of the one whole of all that is. And so I know that this service is divinely blessed in all ways. I know that the words that Reverend Elizabeth has to say to us this morning are the divine download from the living Spirit. I know that the music that Eddie Watkins Jr. is playing for us today is the divine download of what Spirit wanted us to hear today. And just knowing that, I know that I am already lifted and gifted and blessed just by being here. And it feels good. And so I'm just so grateful for this beautiful day that is unfolding before me right now, with the lake behind us, the beautiful clouds in the background, the view, the landscape that Spirit has painted for us to look at today as we listen to this divine music and the divine words that come from Reverend Elizabeth. What a gift, what a blessing. And so I'm just so grateful for this experience. I'm so grateful that I am here to experience it. And so I can just release my word into that law of mind where I know it's done. And Spirit says yes, and we claim it by saying, and so it is.
Okay, wrong song. Running around fixing this and that, giving it up to God and then taking it back. Just release and let it go. You don't even have to think about it no more. Get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way and let God do its thing. Now I want you to sing this with me. So when I say get out of the way, you say get out of the way. Get out the way. Get out the way. Okay, we going here. You look like the weight of the world's on your back. Just take a deep breath and cut yourself some slack. All that drama ain't good for you. You couldn't change a thing if you knew what to do. So get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out the way and let God do its thing. The sun is gonna rise and the river's gonna flow. The tide's gonna rise without your say-so. The universe is working and the good is flowing. You don't plant a seed, then dig it up and see if it's growing. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out the way and let God do his thing. Let's sing that one more time, y'all. Get out of the way. 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 Get out the way and let God. You better let God, you better let God, better let God, better let God do his thing. Hey, 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 hey. Woo! Get on out the way.
Wow. Woo! Thank you. Oh, wow. You're amazing. Wow. Get out of the way. Singing to me, Eddie. Singing to me, man. Wow. Woo. Okay. Well, Grand Rising. How's that for a Grand Rising, right? Yes. My name is Reverend Elizabeth Rowley Hogue, and I'm the spiritual leader of this community if you're just tuning in or just walked in. And I use she, her gender pronouns, and the land on which we gather today is the unceded territory of the Chumash and Salinan people. And I invite you to join me in taking a deep breath together right now. And let's take another deep breath together. And one more. And I invite you to, in this moment, consider something for which you are grateful. Anything, right here, right now. Something you're grateful for. And allow that appreciation wash over and through your body. Yes. Oh, doesn't that feel great? Yeah. I'm so grateful I'm alive. Yeah. It's a great day to be alive, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is the best day ever. Woohoo! And so here we are in May, and our seed of awakening for the month of May is good to great to grand. And the topic for today is the inner landscape. And so the path to our most authentic expression starts with the exploration of our own inner landscape. And through our observation and curiosity and self-discovery, we actually uncover the grandness that has been there all along. Because it's been with us all along, hasn't it? Sometimes we forget how powerful we are, how blessed we are, how connected we are, how divine we are, don't we? Well, I remembered this morning. And I love that song that you just did, Get Out of the Way. Just get out of the way, the drama and whatever you think that is some false belief that you have. Just get that out of the way and let Spirit come through. Let these divine circuits come through. I had an experience yesterday where I was totally in the way. And what I mean by that is I was thinking things and feeling distraught and confused. You know, I call it confused because I was thinking stressful thoughts and you know, the law of attraction kicks in, and what if it doesn't work out, and all of this weird stuff, and it's like, this is not who I am, what is, and it's often the old patterns and things that are just popping up for healing, yes? And so in those moments, it's like, remember, and I come back to this stage, right? This is the holy stage. I come back to that place where I was ordained here just a month ago already. It seems like a week ago. And Michelle Jordan singing, you know, God is for you, God is for you, God is for you. And remembering that, like when we remember that, nothing else matters. You realize it's just not true. And so the call for me is always to be more interested in the revelation of truth, be more interested in the divine than in those thoughts. Don't be seduced by the negative thoughts or by the false stuff, the illusions, right? Don't be seduced by those. And so I think of the pearl or that radiant gemstone within you. You might think of something else. Maybe for you it's a ruby. Whatever that gemstone is for you, I invite you to consider what that is and remember that it's right within you. But we can cover it up with stuff, right? We cover it up with dirt and things that aren't true. So can we get to it today? Yes. Yes, we can. And we always can, not just today, but every day, every moment, especially in those moments when we need it the most, right? Amen. And so I have a colleague, a ministerial colleague who says, don't let your good get in the way of your great. And I absolutely love that because we can be cruising along and thinking, oh, life is good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm content. But don't let that good get in the way of your great. And now we're taking it even a step further. Don't let your great get in the way of your grand. Yeah. What? Wow. From good to great to grand. This means there's something magnificent happening. There's something that is awaiting us. There's something that wants to occur in our lives. There are great, amazing things in store for us, through us and as us, and also in this experience called life. And so we don't need to believe there's not enough. We don't need to know the how things are going to occur. We just need to know the what. And we need to trust in Spirit and allow it to show us. Are you with me? Yeah. Because it will be done. Yeah. It will be done whether you go a little crazy in your mind or not. Might as well just believe it now and save yourself a little bit of suffering, yes? Yeah. Thy will be done, yes. So life is good, cruising along, happy and content. Life is great. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how great this is. How does it get any better than this? And then life is grand. The universe responded to how does it get any better than this? And said, well, check this out. Yeah. Well, check this out, right? Yeah. Have you experienced that? Yeah. I mean, usually the most awesome things happen when I let go and get out the way. I can say, this is what I want to experience, Spirit. Here's my vision board. I've got the image in my mind. And then I just go with the flow, step into the flow, and then I let it go. I get into that flow and let it go, right? And something else happens. Spirit, the universe, the divine, whatever you call it, steps in and does this amazing work. And then I just am thinking of all these powerful and mystical moments where my mind was blown, right? Just, wow, I couldn't have planned it. I had to let go and let God. And so what else is possible? We love those words, yes? So I remember in 12-step programs, and some of you may remember this, but in 12-step programs, We're taught that our mind is like a bad neighborhood. We should not go there alone. Right? And you're just like, really, you're like, yeah, you get it when you're first in recovery. And you might think the same about your inner world. Like, what does that mean? I'm a little nervous about this. But the inner world, my friends, this is your inner kingdom. This is the mystical place within you. It's like your divine healing spa, right? It's the Garden of Eden within you. It is that great green, magical, colorful, glorious place that is right within you always. And it is always calling you, it's beckoning you to be with it, to be in that stillness and silence. And sometimes we're afraid or we get too busy or whatever, yes? And so the call for us is to remember to come back to that place. It's nothing to be fearful of, you know? And just like anything in our lives, we may experience emotions in this place of stillness and meditation, and we can let things rise and fall, just like the tides of the ocean, in and out, right? Thoughts are like clouds passing in the sky. You don't have to jump on it or pull it into you. Just notice it's passing. Everything is passing. And so I have a great love for nature. Some of you may already know this, but I just have this amazing love of and for nature. Something happens when I'm outside. Does that happen for any of you? I mean, look at, that's why we're all here, right? I mean, there's something happening out there. That's like the macrocosm to the microcosm. Something's happening out there that's happening within me, you know? Sparkly water, birds flying, sun shining, the sunshine of the Spirit, all of it. So I experience a sense of oneness when I'm out in nature. I feel and experience oneness. I'm connected. I also feel a sense of wholeness, a sense of completion, like I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. And Spirit is always talking to me, and it's like that's my opportunity to tune in to this divine presence and to hear it and to see it in however and whatever way it wants to reveal itself to me. And it does, always. Now, some of you may also know this, but I always find heart shapes in nature. And I believe it's absolutely the universe speaking to me, reminding me that I am the sweetheart of the universe. Yeah? Right? And so are you. But it's like showing me these heart shapes like, oh, you thought I didn't know you were out here to connect with me, but I do. And I just feel that sense of sweetness, right? There's like heart-shaped rocks. How many of you find heart-shaped rocks, right? All right, and then there may be like water dropped, and it's an accidental heart, but is it an accident? No, not to me. It's the universe reminding me how loved I am. Or, you know, sometimes somebody will go to the effort of making heart-shaped, like a heart, a formation of a heart out of rocks. And I kept seeing these, and then I started doing that and leaving that love for others because it was just so moving for me and such a great experience. And I thought, how cool, somebody's going to want to see a heart, or maybe somebody's out here hiking and walking, feeling down and blue and trying to figure out what their next step is in their life, and they see a heart. I mean, how awesome is that, right? And so I hiked Bishop Peak on Friday, which is a pretty difficult hike, right? And so I've been training, I've been working my way up, and it's a little technical, but it was stunningly gorgeous outside. It was like the perfect weather, sunny and like a light, cool breeze, so not too hot. And I was walking along in silence, taking in the beauty, and really feeling grateful for my body and how great shape I was in, because I wasn't struggling yet, you know, and that felt really good. And then I saw something hundreds of yards ahead. I don't know how far, but it was far, right? And it was something white. And then I got closer, and I could see it was the shape of a heart. Oh. Right? That's what I thought too. Oh, Spirit, you're up to this again. And it was just such a sweet thing. So it was a white heart. I reach the heart and I see it's this brown sweatshirt. And it's got just a white, of course, I pick up the sweatshirt. I'm like, what's going on? Just a white heart on the front, right? It's very tempted to just take it, but it could be someone else's. And I just was overcome with love and beauty, and it was hanging on a wooden post. Like, what? Isn't that sweet? And I reached it, and I just thought I was overcome with joy, and I felt this love wash over and through me, and I actually giggled out loud at Spirit, like, really, God, you are just too cute. Too cute. After all these years, you are still vying for my attention, right? And this is also true for you. After all these years, Spirit is still vying for your attention. It loves you so much. It loves you exactly as you are. It wouldn't change one thing about you. In fact, it absolutely adores you. Can you feel that? Great adoration of Spirit. And so our book of the month this month is called The Lightmaker's Manifesto. And it's by Karen Walrond. And so I actually downloaded this book. It was available on Audible. So I downloaded it before the hike and popped it in and started hiking, and I was listening to it. And I thought I was going to just go up and down on my amazing hike, but this book is really good. And I needed to stop and take some notes on my little notepad on my phone several times. And so one of the things that she mentioned was there's a novelist named Edith Wharton who said, there are two ways of spreading light. One is to be the candle, and the second is to be the mirror that reflects it. Right? It's worth stopping and noting, yes? I loved that. And so the author of the book said it occurs to her that light can also be made. And she wanted to take up photography, and she learned that photography is actually the art, application, and practice of creating images by recording light. My photographers are nodding their heads. Yes? Wow. The word photography literally means drawing with light. Right? Powerful. So that is derived from the Greek photo, meaning light, and graph, which means to draw. And so there you go. Now, fast forward a little more, she started talking about building a campfire and how building a campfire is creating light, isn't it? And so in order to build a campfire, you have to do a few things. First, you need to find a clearing. You can't just start a fire anywhere. You got to find yourself a clearing or make a clearing, yes. And then you need to find some tinder or some kindling to actually fuel the fire. And then you need to create a spark to light the fire. And then you nurture the flame. You nurture that flame, right? Now, imagine this is all happening within you all the time, yes? And we are makers of light, all of us. We are all light makers. Everyone here is a light maker, and everyone not here. So, light makers are actually making light for themselves and for the world, right? You come here on Sundays, you get some material, a couple of good lines, hear some songs, you bring those with you. Now you've got the light. Thanks for laughing, Tom. You get me. Now you have the light, right? And you can bring that light out into the world, yes? That's like the tinder or the kindling that you need to spark the fire or to nurture the flame that you know is within you, yes? Yeah. And so you have that with you. And now there's light. We've made light. And so now we get to be this light, be the candle, or be the mirror that reflects it, yes? Now, being the candle actually involves directly taking action, and then the action is to create a positive change or bring light into the world. Now, it's a little bit different than being the mirror, and I'm going to share a little bit about that. So, number one, as the candle, you are an initiator. So, the first word is initiation. As the candle, you are the initiator of the positive action or change. This means that you are actively engaged in activities or behavior that promote goodness, kindness, and progress. Can you relate to that? Yeah. Number two is leadership. Being the candle often involves taking on a leadership role or being at the forefront of others to bring about positive change. You might start a project or lead a movement or champion a cause. Can you relate to any of that? Yes. Number three, direct impact. Your actions as the candle directly contribute to spreading light and positivity. So whether it's through acts of kindness, innovation, advocacy, or creativity, you are actively making a difference in the world. Okay? Number four, personal responsibility. As the candle, you take responsibility for your actions and the impact that they have on others. And then you are accountable for the change that you wish to see in the world. You can't just expect everything to change because you think it should be changed, right? You are called to actually be the change that you wish to see in the world, as Gandhi said. All right, so in essence, while both being the candle and the mirror involve spreading light and positivity, being the candle emphasizes taking direct action and personal responsibility for creating change, whereas being the mirror focuses on amplifying and supporting the positive actions of others. And we can do both. We can do both. Both are important and necessary, yes? Being a mirror that reflects light involves recognizing and appreciating the positive qualities, actions, and ideas of others, and then amplifying them. That's my word for the year, by the way, amplify. Yeah. And so here's how you can do that. Number one, recognition. Acknowledge the good deeds, the talents, or the positive traits in others. This could be as simple as offering praise or gratitude. Number two, amplification, reflecting the positivity back to the person or to those around you, and this could involve sharing their accomplishments, spreading their ideas, simply embodying their positive traits in your own actions. Yes? Yeah. Number three, support. This is about offering support and encouragement to those who are spreading the light. You see people spreading the light, and you want to support them and encourage them to keep doing so. And then number four is inspiration. Let the positivity you see in others inspire you to also contribute to making the world a better place, to building a better world. Now, by being a mirror that reflects light, you not only amplify the positivity around you, but you also inspire others to do the same. Powerful. So whether you're being the candle or the mirror doesn't matter. Candle or mirror, what matters is that you are dancing in the light. You are dancing in the light. You are being the light. Now, I enjoy being both the candle and the mirror. It just feels good. Now, I have something they call infectious joy. People can't help but be joyful around me. See, you're laughing just as I'm saying it. People can't help it. I'm just giggly by nature. Some are offended. Some people who don't want to be joyful had to leave because I am joyful, right? It's just who I am. It's infectious. And so if you don't want to be joyful, you're not going to be a part of this community. But y'all are joyful too because you're here. Hi, joyful Joni, I'm talking to you. Yes. So people can't help it. So that's an example of me being the candle, right? I'm being the candle. I can't help myself, and people who are in my presence cannot help but catch that. That's pretty cool. Now, all of us have something like that. What's yours? Consider that this week. What is yours? So when someone else is shining bright, when someone else is being the candle, and by the way, y'all are candles, and I see you. And I see when you're shining your light, whether you're singing up here or, playing your drum, or Jimmy's doing his thing in the choir. I see you guys shining your light, being who you are. Whatever your time and talent and love and beauty and joy, that passion that you bring with you, right? I see it. And so I like to offer folks praise and gratitude and name their qualities, reflecting back to them how magnificent they are. It's such a good thing. And then I might do that with others. So all of us, friends, are candles in our own unique way. We are candles in our own unique way. And for some reason, I was thinking about specific people and the different light that you bring. And Sue was coming to my mind, and Frank and Tom and Travis and Jody and Gina and Ethel and Reverend Wayne and Doreen and Diane and Kim. Everybody, I just imagine this light that you bring and how great my life is because you're in it. Jen, everyone. If I didn't name you, I'm including you too. As I look out here, there is light. You are all like flames of a candle, right? I'm so happy we're in community together. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this community. Turn to someone next to you and just thank them for being a part of this community. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I don't know why that came out. Thank you. Yes, thank you. So good. So we did a spiritual practices for daily living class last year, and in that class I lead a meditation with one candle, and you focus on the flame of that candle for 5 minutes, bringing your attention back to that candle whenever your mind wanders. And the end of this meditation is my favorite part. And it is because we recognize that we each have this one candle, we each have this flame, this light within us, yes? And then we take all our candles and put them in one place, and that lights up the room. The one candle just lights up our face, right? And then we put them all together, and it's this bright light. That's us. That's us, right? Individually, on our own, we're bright. We're one candle, but together, oh, yeah, we can light up the sky, right? Yes, powerful. Oh, gosh. And so a story that came up for me in working on this talk was one of a time when I was at Asilomar and on a silent retreat, and it was my very first silent retreat ever, and I was 4 days into 5 nights of this retreat, and I was in a double occupancy room, and I had talked to my roommate when we first got there, because you check in and you get the instructions and all of this, right? And at the registration time, and then you're in silence for the rest of the time. And I was in this room with this person that I didn't even know, right? And we had been sharing this time together in silence, and it seemed like it was just so sacred, you know? And it felt like we went way back to the beginning of time, even before time, right? And I just felt connected to this person. And so I remember on the last day, I thought to myself, wouldn't it be nice if I sat next to my roommate today? That would just be really sweet, wouldn't it? And so I was also taking this opportunity to go up in the front row is a retreat with Adi Ashante, if you've heard of him. And you're supposed to only be in the front one time when you're on retreat so that everybody gets a turn to be up there, because there's a whole energy, like Shakti energy exchange, right, happening. And so you want to get a little bit of that. And so I had this thought, wouldn't it be nice if I sat next to my roommate? And there's a person each day before the first meditation for the day. They go around with the bell and ring the bell and you're supposed to imagine the bells calling you home. And so they went around the building. This is Merrill Hall at Asilomar. Around the building, ringing the bell, and you can hear it, and it's just this holy and sacred time, right? Then they open up the doors, and we go piling in, and Merrill Hall's pretty big. It fits like 400 people or more. There's a balcony, so it probably would fit more up there too. But it's just huge room, and so we're going in, I'm beelining, right? I've got my pillows, my blankets, and my journal, and my water. I'm ready for this day. And I'm trying to get to the front. Zigzag, 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 and there's people, chairs are already filled up. I'm like, how did this happen? They just opened the doors. And I'm going, and I'm like, 1,000 thoughts in my head, right? And zoot, zoot, you know, when you're looking for a parking space, and you kind of just, and then you find one and you get there, right? And so zoom, I'm going in and zigzagging, and I find a spot, walk over, put my stuff on the ground, and you're supposed to turn and bow to your chair, and then turn and bow to the stage, and then sit down, right? So I did all of that, sat down, and I was like, I have arrived. And I turned to my left, and guess who's sitting next to me? My roommate. What happened? And then, of course, I thought, did I create that? Did I create that experience? Didn't matter. I realized later, it didn't matter. Did I create it, or was I tuned into it, you know? It doesn't matter. What mattered was the sweetness of that experience, the sweetness of my recognition that something divine was happening here, something greater than me, right? The universe was like, look at me, look what I can do. Just like the heart shapes I find in nature. So it ended up being this beautiful divine communication with me. And what mattered was the sweetness of that experience. The sweetness of being in this presence right now, together. We're here together. We're swimming in this ocean of devotion together, and it is so good. We've got Eddie Watkins Jr. here. What? I mean, this is an amazing day. It's a very sweet day. So, friends, whether you are being the candle or the mirror, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is the light that is being created by you being alive and moving through the world and dancing in that light, and the sweetness of that. The sweetness of that. Can you feel that? Yes. And so I'm going to invite Eddie to come on up, and Travis as well, as I wrap it up here. And so Ernest Holmes observed, the road to self-discovery often calls for the clearing away of the underbrush of ignorance, fear, superstition, and a sense of isolation, which made us feel that we were unworthy, unheld, and maybe even lost. In the divine providence of good, salvation is unnecessary, but self-discovery is essential. We do not save that which was lost. We merely discover that which needs to be found. Eddie found Eddie. I found myself, the God within me, and you found it too. The God within you. You found yourself. We have arrived. Woo! Yes. Oh, thank you. Friends, you are magnificent. You are the light, and you are a light maker. Your call to action for this week is, number 1, practice being the candle and the mirror. If you need some help on how to be the mirror, Travis, I witnessed him doing this last night. He's so good. It's like this gift that he has of reflecting back your gifts and talents. He can name it and articulate it in such a way that you feel this sweetness. Am I right, Eddie? Yeah, reflecting that light right back, and it's so powerful and it's so good. It's almost overwhelming, right? Because it's the light, right? And sometimes we don't see that light ourselves. And to have it reflected back like that, it's beautiful and powerful. Practice being the candle and the mirror. And then, number 2 is ask yourself, what radiant gemstone is within me at the very core of my being? What is that? Because, we're all different and unique expressions of the divine. Is it a pearl, a ruby, a crystal? And then ask yourself, what's the dirt that's covering it up? And you don't necessarily have to come up with the answer, but just get that dirt off of it, right? Right? Sweep it away, What does it look like when you wipe it away? I guarantee the stone will probably get bigger and brighter and brighter. And then you can spend a little time polishing it, shining it up until it's gleaming. And then you can say, oh, is that my radiant, magnificent self shining? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Remember how magnificent you are. Now let's take a deep breath together. And do whatever you need to do to get into prayer pose. Maybe you got to scratch your nose or put the things down that you have in your lap or in your hands. Maybe it's rubbing your hands together. Just allow yourself to be fully present and here in this moment now. And hear the sound of the guitar. And notice how you hear the sound of the strings. Something is being made, something is being created, and we're hearing it. There's a vibration that's occurring. Oh, and then joined by the keyboard, there's a vibrational frequency that's happening. And the same is true with these words that are being spoken. It's a vibrational frequency. And I know that in this vibrational frequency, there is pure love. And I'm so grateful that there is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect, and that life is my life, right here and right now. Not just for me, for all of us. This is the truth of which I speak, and it is so powerful to remember that the presence of love is right here and now. And as I place my focused and conscious attention on it, this presence of love, this divine presence, this eternality that is right here, it's as eternal and vast as the space that spans beyond the myriad universes, right within us. As I place my conscious, focused attention on that, anything unlike it is dissolved. The false beliefs or stories or untruths that we've been carrying around for all of this time, or maybe it's something that just started today, dissolved. It's dissolved back into the native nothingness from whence it came. It's not a thing. What is a thing in and of itself is the truth, the light, the way, the divine, love, wholeness, connection, wisdom, prayer, prosperity, joy, bliss, you name it. All of it's right here, right now. And we access it, and we are more interested in that than anything else. And as our interest is in the divine, we get to see more of it. We experience more of it constantly, wherever we find ourselves throughout this day, this week, and for all of eternity. We experience love, 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 and it is so good. And I'm so grateful for the light within each of us, and I know that as we go forward from here, we go into our week and experience being the candle and the mirror. And in being the candle, others experience the light. in being the mirror, others experience the light. And I see this light multiplying and going on and on for eternity. We are lighting up the world because each one of us knows who we are. We are loved and we are loved. And so with great gratitude, I can simply relax into appreciation for all that is, for all that ever was, and for all that ever will be. I'm grateful for the invisible blessings that are on their way into my life that I didn't even know. I didn't vision about. I didn't talk about. I didn't create a vision board about. But they're blessings nonetheless. It's like Spirit already knows my deepest desires. And this is true for all of us. And the blessings are on their way. And we say, yes, thank you, Spirit. What else is possible? How does it get any better than this? As we move from good to great to grand. And I release this prayer now, knowing it is so. And it returns to us multiplied abundantly, made manifest, because that's the way the law works. I allow it to be, and so it is. Yay! All right.
Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the health of mind and body to live a life of grace and wholeness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Come on. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place. You are the place. We are the place where God shows up. I am the place. You are the place. We are the place where God shows up. Clap your hands and sing along with me, y'all. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Look at the person next to you and say, you are the place. You are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. You are the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
Wow. All right. Okay, will the ushers please come forward? It's now time for our conscious giving. Ushers, we have ushers, yes? Okay, all right, here we go. Oh, you were out of it singing, huh? It's okay. She's like, whoa. All right, friends. For those of you tuning in online, you can make a donation by going to paypal.me/awakeningways. If you're in the room and need to do an online donation, you can scan the QR code on the back of the program. And if you have cash to put in the envelope, we invite you and encourage you to put your name on the envelope and maybe your phone number or email address so we can give you a statement at the end of the year. We love you and thank God for you. And so let's take our gifts and place them over our hearts. If you gave online, just place your hand over your heart. And we have a giving affirmation. I invite you to please repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Nina, thank you, love.
All our needs are met. 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 Come on, y'all. All our needs are met. All our needs are met. All our needs are met. That's right. Sometimes I forget that all my needs are met. Now and then I fall asleep thinking things I don't believe until I wake up in gratefulness, counting all the ways I'm blessed, that all my needs are met. There were times I recall when I couldn't see the light of day, but somehow sweet spirit made a way out of no way, and that is why I testify. No matter how dark it gets, that all our needs are met. I could not have come this far without the everlasting arm, my shelter from the cold. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Do you hear me this morning? I'm so grateful that I know, 'cause there were times when I thought I couldn't make it through another day, but somehow sweet, sweet spirit made a way out of no way. I saw the light, I testify. No matter how dark it gets, no matter how dark it gets, Don't you know that all I need, I all I need is a man. Hallelujah. Have mercy. Amen. And so it is.
He's having a flashback to the Pentecostal days. Woo! If you guys could see yourselves, this is a great view. Yes. All right. Here we go.
Oh, so let's just take all that energy and that love into this basket here, where I know that, it is all divinely blessed right here in this basket. And I know that this circulation of monetary value lifts up this community and helps us lift up everyone else. And I'm just so grateful for that. And I know that all our needs are met. And so it is.
All right. And so do we have Sonia and the children? The doors are closed, so I guess we'll have our announcements. Angel, come on up. Come on down. I have it, yes. Passing the baton.
Hello, beautiful people. Ooh,
Hello.
All right. So, what about this guy right here?
What? Woo!
I'm verklempt, as they say. There's like a little catch in my heart here. But listen, if you haven't purchased a ticket to come to this concert, you need to get your butt over to the office right now. And I'll take your money. I'll take it. I'll be there. I'll take your money. Just come. It's going to be so good. And we're having a potluck, so there's some food there too. We just cannot. We cannot be done yet
You can't
today.
go home.
No. We are not done. And plus, the pavilion's got an event that we got to get the heck out of here. So there's that too. Okay, let the bidding begin. Gourmets for God is up and running on full display over here. We have some incredible events. Now, I want to say that in order to bid on these events, you must fill out a bidder's form and put your information on there. You can't just put your name down on there. You got to fill out the form and hand it to me or to Reverend Elizabeth, and then you'll get a bidder number. I'm number 3. And then you go and you start putting your name down on these events. We have so many good ones. Don't even know how to even begin, but I will plug Laugh-alicious, which is going to be an event of laughter, yoga, and a delicious, healthy lunch. That's a really good one. And then there's one that really sounds interesting to me, Brushes, Bites, and Beverages, which is we're going to get together and paint. We're going to have someone teach us how to paint, and we're going to paint some little pictures and get together and have some bites and some beverages. So there's a ton of them. We have 10 events. They're just perfect. So sign up for those. Wednesday, May 15th, we'll have Jamie Nicole, who's going to provide another crystal bowl sound healing at our office in Atascadero from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. There's a sign-up sheet on that middle table there. Now, this amazing lineup of guest artists continues on May 18th when nationally acclaimed musician Denise Rosier will hold a concert at our office in Atascadero from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. There's information about Denise at the table and a sign-up sheet. The tickets are $20. And I want to mention that as these incredible people come through here on their tours to visit us, we bless them and they bless us, because every one of these events blesses Awakening Ways as well as the artists. So keep that in mind. But wait, there's more. We're excited to let you know that tickets for the Soul Serenity Retreat with Karen Drucker and Gary Lynn Floyd are available for purchase. The retreat and concert are on Saturday, June 15th, right here at the Pavilion. For $129, you get to participate in the retreat, enjoy lunch, and attend the concert later that evening. For $30, you can attend the concert only. And then on Sunday, June 16th, Karen and Gary will provide the music and the message for our service. There's a sign-up sheet for that in the back table, too. This is not to be missed. Our book of the month we've spoken is the Light Maker's Manifesto, How to Work for Change Without Losing Your Joy. That's a sweet title. And it is for sale, well, let's see, here's my little plug. In her book, Walrond helps us name the skills, values, and actions that bring us joy, identify the causes that spark our empathy and concern, and then put it all together to change the world. Also, and that's available for $18 in the back, and then we also have the May-June Science of Mind magazine at the back for $10. Big shout out to our volunteers and staff. We love you and we appreciate you.
Woohoo! All right. I found that on the table.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll take it.
All right, well, Sonia and the children they're out there having a blast, I guess. They're not here yet, so yeah. So now it's time for us to circle up for our benediction and call and response. But can we give Eddie some more love? Woo! That was so cool. Oh, and also, if you want to take Eddie home with you in a way that his partner would approve of, he's got some CDs back there, and he's got some USB drives, and he's got these beautiful pendants that he made himself. So go check him out at the end here. Not yet. All right, here we go. Okay. Won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is where you are right now and always, and all that we ever need do is turn within, and it is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in my pocketbook. Life is in my relationships. Life is everywhere. I think it. I feel it. I believe it. I express it. I accept it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Woo!
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in